Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for November the 18th through the 24th. Welcome to this very cold and blistery day in New York City. My building is freezing as well. The heating isn't on, but anyway, I digress. If you are new, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy these readings and that you will return. And if you are returning, thank you so much. I really appreciate your loyalty, your love, and support. These readings are for the collective. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. You know, sometimes the readings are very specific. Spirit wants to reach a certain person. So let go of it. What I just want to say, don't assume that everything I say here is applicable to you. Now, these are for your sun, moon, and rising. So if you know your moon and rising, check out those readings too. And all the links to the other videos will be below. Sometimes it takes me a minute or two to get them up, but if you go to the playlist for this month, you will find them in there. Sorry, it's a little thing there. It's a little piece of fluff. So, as I said before, these are general readings. If you would like a more personalized, in-depth, and tailored reading for you, click on this link here. It will take you to my website and you can see the kind of readings that I offer. Also, I have a Facebook group, guys, and it's a private group, and every 2 weeks I do a live stream in that group, which correlates with the full moon and the new moon. So next week, the new moon is in Sagittarius, I believe. So I will be doing a live feed for the new moon. And when I do the live feed, whoever shows up, I look at their horoscopes, and we have this really lovely interactive, live feed, and I look at how the new moon will affect them, how they will receive the energies from that new moon. And I have my tarot cards in hand, and I answer questions. So we have a really good time. You just have to, request to get in, and Bob's your uncle. You're in. Now, what else? Oh, yeah. Another way to support this channel is through Patreon. Click on this link here. Check out my Patreon page. I post things in Patreon that I don't post anywhere else. And I want to take this opportunity to thank my patrons so much. I really appreciate you guys. You really help me out. And other than that, just please like, comment, share, and subscribe. So without further ado, I would just want to say, these readings come in 3 sections. The intro, which is this, then there's the astrology report, and then there is the tarot reading. And I put skip time stamps in the show more section below, so that if you're checking out your sun, moon, and rising, you don't have to listen to the astrology all over again or the intro. You can just skip straight to your tarot reading. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology report, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrology section of your reading for November the 18th through the 24th. I'm your astrologer, Mary Trimble, here to tell you what's going on in the celestial sky this week. Let's start with Tuesday, November the 19th. Mars moves into Scorpio. When a planet moves into another sign, it's a huge shift in energy. Now, Mars comes home to Scorpio because it's the co-ruler of Scorpio. It rules along with Pluto. When Mars moves into Scorpio, it's about power and strength and control. It's about getting what one wants and having the energy to go after it. So we will feel energized and perhaps inspired and motivated. It's also a time when our libido is raised. It's very high and active, I might add. So some of us might get lucky. Hey, plan your date on Tuesday. Anyway, on Wednesday, Mercury stations direct at 11 degrees. Now, look, Mercury's the planet of communication, electronics, mechanics, short distance travel, right? And 11 is a very powerful number. I feel this is one of those when any planet stations direct or retrograde, it slows down, and the qualities of that planet are emphasized at this time. So things may break down and have to be repaired, which I'm sure you've gone through for the last, 6 weeks or 3 weeks for whatever. Actually, we were in a long period of a shadow time, and we will still have a shadow time, which means that we'll be feeling the effects until Mercury kind of speeds up and goes forward again. So at the same time that Mercury is stationing direct, it's also sextiling the moon. So that is a lovely aspect. So with the sextile to the moon, we may have heartfelt conversations and perhaps have the courage to express our needs and wants from loved ones. But I will say this, emails and texts can go awry in this energy. So make sure you're sending your communications to the right recipient. Things like that happen. Be careful. Be careful what you put in writing anyway. So on Friday, November the 22nd, the sun moves into Sagittarius. So this is also a huge shift, right, in energy. And at the same time, it's in a lovely trine to Chiron. The beautiful relationship between the sun and Chiron will set the stage for us to help and heal others with the empathy gained while surviving our own challenges in life, because Chiron is the wounded healer. Now, this will especially affect those who are in the helping careers, or those looking for a career in helping others. So any kind of service career, nurses, non-profit, whatever it is. So on Sunday, November the 24th, Venus conjuncts Jupiter. This is an incredible aspect. Venus conjunct Jupiter is about love and abundance, harmony and joy. This is an easy aspect where you don't really have to take any action. You just become a magnet for all good things. Any hard work that you've done in the past will pay off, and success is imminent with this. And it's very, what you've worked on will come to fruition, and, you'll get paid. I love that. Your inner beauty attracts love and helpful people. Go out and bask in this energy. It's important to be out and to make connections. Be there so that you can take full advantage of this energy. This is a celestial gift, guys. It's the best energy for falling in love. Any new encounter has the possibility for a lasting romance, so that's exciting. Now, it's great for finances too, guys. Investments should really do well, especially in art, jewelry, and other luxury items. You could be the beneficiary of an unexpected windfall. Cha-ching, darling. I love that. Now, on the same day, Mars opposes Uranus. So that's a little bit of a challenging aspect, but it can also be motivating. It's an explosive energy. It can be explosive, which can be impulsively expressed. It's like no thought before action or verbalization. So, it's like if you have any kind of built up resentment towards someone, this could come out. It's likely to come out during this time. I think of road rage a little. It's kind of, And when I say rage for me, when I'm driving, I'm just cursing at people, you know, in the car on myself. They don't hear it. It's just me. I go, I'm not even going to go into what I say, but I just get very frustrated on the road. So, you know, that's how it comes out for me. And also, you know, resist the urge to engage in social media wars, you know, because it can come out like that. It's like, you know, you could say things that you may regret later or react in a way that you may regret later. Now, you know, with this lovely energy of Venus conjunct Jupiter, it could be expressed in a physical way, such as exercise or sports. You can work that out in that way. You can work all that pent up energy and frustration out in, you know, exercising, do things like that. Or in a sexual way, make love, darling, not war. This energy brings in the need for freedom of expression. That's what it is. It's of not wanting to be restricted by the norms of society. It's advisable to have more foresight, though, and resist the urge to react. Try instead to pause before saying something you could later regret and respond diplomatically. And Monday, I'm just going to quickly mention this. Venus moves into Capricorn, where the focus will be on materialism and status. And also on Tuesday, we have the new moon in Sagittarius. So join me in the Facebook group to find out how that will affect you personally. Okay, guys, without further ado, let's go to the tarot card section of your reading, shall we? Hello, Aries, and welcome to your reading for... Oh, I can take my glasses off now. I just realized that. Welcome to your reading for November the 18th, the tarot card section of your reading for November the 18th through the 24th. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aries for this coming week? This is for Aries. May these cards be filled with love, abundance, and compassion. Oh, lovely. Okay. 3 cards for Aries, please. 3 cards for Aries. 3 cards. 1 more card for Aries, actually. 1 more card for Aries. There it is. There it is. Oh, lovely. Okay. Now we're going to the clarifying cards for you, Aries. These are clarifying cards for Aries. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Aries for this coming week? May these cards be filled with love, compassion, and abundance. Please clarify. There we go. Oh, dear. Fabulous. Please clarify. Oh, there's 2 there. And please clarify. Okay, this is really interesting, darling. Very, very interesting. Okay, let's take a look at your card, shall we? Okay. The first, let me change. The first card out for you is the, oops, I can't because I turn it around, is the 5 of Cups. Clarifying the 5 of Cups is the Wheel of Fortune. Then you have the World, clarified by the 6 of Pentacles and the 5 of Swords. And then you have the 6 of Pentacles again with a different card and the 5 of Cups again. Darling, what is going on with you? Let me fix this. Hang on. The first card out for you is the Five of Pentacles. Sorry, the five, the Five of Cups. Oh my goodness, it's getting so late. So the Five of Cups is when you are focusing on something that you've lost, something that's gone, something that you can't get back. It's like, it's called crying over spilt milk. This card is referred to as crying over spilt milk. It's like it's gone, it's spilt, you can't get it back. And yes, it's upsetting when we lose something, but it's important to look, we can mourn it and we can feel the feelings, and then we need to let it go, because if we stay in this energy, we can go into a place of self-pity and just focusing on what's not worked out. And, the thing is he has 3 cups that have spilt and he's devastated, but he's really not paying attention to the 2 that he has left. So when this card comes up, it's saying focus on the haves as opposed to the have-nots. It's really important that you bring that in, and I'm going to tell you why. It's really important. It's like, I always say the antidote to this is gratitude. It's like, oh, at least I have these 2 left, and then you start being grateful, and then that snowballs and bounds, and there's more things to be grateful for, and you're attracting, you're raising your vibration. When you're in this pit of despair and on the pity pot, down that pity hole, that pity hole, your vibration is lowering, and then you attract more messed up things. It's like, listen, think about when you get up in the morning, you bang your toe, right? And it's like, and then something else breaks, and then you spill your coffee, and then you're late for the train, and it's just everything goes wrong. And then some days you wake up and it's like you feel great, everything turns out great, everything's on time, you're early, everything works out, right? And it's that excitement, you can bring yourself down, and it's really important to focus on the haves, because you have the Wheel of Fortune, darling, clarifying this. So you've got to grab onto that wheel. It's always turning. So if you're busy over here, focusing on what hasn't worked out and what you haven't got, you're not going to be able to jump on that Wheel of Fortune. You're going to miss it. It doesn't hang around and wait very long. So, it's there. Focus on the haves, darling, not the have-nots. And, I want to turn, I want to sing that song, but I'll spare you. It's killing me not to sing it. So the next card out is the World. And this is when there's a huge change kind of in front of you, or an opportunity for a change. So you may have been, this could be a job. It could be a behavior. It could be, this is when you've kind of got all this experience, you've got all this life experience, and you're at a crossroads, and you can either do the same thing and get the same results, keep plodding along the way you're going, or you can break out and do something totally different and send your life in a completely different trajectory. I can barely say it. And this is an opportune time, because the universe has your back. And I'm not saying like quit your job or, do something like that, but definitely, if it is to change your job, if you do want to change careers, you want to go back to school, it would be a good time to at least do the research and look into it. Now, I'm getting that this is more of a personality behavior trait that's going to change, that you have the opportunity to change, because you have 2 key cards here clarifying the World. The World is the universe has your back and will help you make this change, and this change will be an easy change. So the first card that comes up is the Five of Swords, and this is really kind of it's kind of acting out. It's saying mean things. It's having to be right. It's winning an argument at any cost. It's one of those arguments that you win and then you end up kind of personally insulting the other person or talking to them in a condescending manner, or whatever this is. It's really humiliating the person that you have defeated, and this kind of battle is not winnable. It's not, because it's a temporary situation, right? You win the battle, you've totally insulted them, but then you're kind of left alone and you have no one. And what's that? What does that do you? It's a loss. You lose relationships in these kind of, and it's also kind of, it's very Mars in Aries. This can be Mars opposing Uranus. It's like, pent up resentment can like come out, explode from you, and you can ruin relationships. Look, I have Mars in Aries. I know what that's like. I mean, I did the doors at my clubs. So like I would get maybe 40 or 50 people asking the same, what I thought was a dumb question, but whatever. So by the time I got to the 50th or 60th person, sometimes more, I just lost it. And it was just so, the shock on the person's face saying, what did I do? And I would apologize and say, you know what? You're just like the 60th person that's asked me that. And you just got the wrath of me being quiet for the other things. I'm sorry. It's like my reaction was so far over the top, but I just, it was my Mars in Aries came out and I couldn't cope anymore. So it's that kind of thing, right? Now, right next to it is the Service card. I think that help is on the way. I think you're going to get help with this. I think someone is going to come in and help you, or something, some kind of inspiration that's going to help you change. Now, this is the Service card. You could come out of this by being in service for someone else. It doesn't mean you have to give them money, but you can volunteer at an old people's home, or call a friend and listen to them, listen to their woes, be there for someone. It can be smiling at someone on the street. It can be doing the shopping for someone. It could be anything. If you know an old lady or an old gentleman that's in this cold weather, I used to knock on my neighbor's door and ask them if they wanted me to go to the shops for them, to buy their groceries. They never took me up on it. Maybe they thought they didn't trust me or something. I don't know. But anyway, but I always, knocked on the door and asked them, particularly in horrible weather, because, they can't get out. They can't get out and about. So you have the Service card. Now, if you're in need of help, it means that help is on the way and help is coming for you. But if you're not needing help and you want to get out of this, listen, there's a little moment between thought and action, or thought and verbalization, right? That little moment, if you can live in that little moment and resist the urge to react, to say something nasty, to just win because you're so frustrated with someone and you think that they should know it, because at the time you feel very self-righteous and right in saying those things. But it is a time where you could regret. So I feel that this is a choice. This is a change. That's an opportunity for you to change. You can do things differently. So it's up to you, Aries. Now, the next card is the Service card again, in the different deck, right? It's the same card, different deck. There is, it's interesting because, okay, I'm going to say this first. Like, you've got here right at the beginning, you've got the Five of Cups, right? At the top, and you've got this lovely Wheel of Fortune right underneath it. Now you have the service card on top, and you have the Five of Cups again underneath it. I really feel that if you come out of this, crying over spilt milk, right? Crying over something that you've lost, lamenting over it. You can't get it back, so you got to let it go, right? You got to let that go. When you come out of this, I feel that you can help others come out of this space, because we all go there occasionally. So this is the same card as this, only, different decks, right? So this is a very strong message. This is really focusing on the haps. So I think you might have an opportunity to help someone. I feel you're going to be helped, and then you are going to pay that forward by helping someone else. Somebody's going to be in this situation, and you're going to be able to help them get out of it and tell them how you got out of it. That's how this works, darling. We help each other. It's the wounded warrior. It's Chiron coming in. It's amazing. Chiron is trying to, let me look at the chart. Hold on one second. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Let me open this. Yes. Chiron is trine to the sun as the sun moves into Sagittarius. This is all about us healing others from the wounds that we have gone through. So you have gone through this and you've come out. The Wheel of Fortune has helped you out, right? And now someone else is going to go through this, and you're going to help them get through it, because you were wounded and you know how that feels, and you can really lift them up and help them get out of it. Oh, that's what I am. I always say I'm the wounded healer. I've been through so much. That's what we do. We help each other get up off the floor, and we give them an arm to lean on as they walk forward. This is a beautiful thing, isn't it? Aries, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, social media, comment. I live for comments and feedback, and I always respond. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.